What's up, you guys? Sorry about that. There's still day 16, part 2, and where I finished off after, like we didn't got our payments in from our doctors because this old mill bust has been going on where they was, locking doctors up and for, giving too much pills and stuff, and to the part that me and my wife, we had to go to the health department and attend classes and go to the methadone program to show the people that yes, we can get off these drugs, and it's not because of these drugs that we were addicted to that we didn't care about our kids, because we did everything for our kids. Like before we even had the twins, I was raising my first son, which is my stepson, since he was like 8 months, and and he was like 8 years old at that time. And even though we was on it, but we make sure our kids had it. You know, it was just we were just destroying ourselves, because I don't know how to say this, but it seems like everything else is fine. The kids didn't have nothing to worry about. They got food, they got clothes, they got shelter, and they get whatever they want. They're spoiled rotten. And still to this day, my kids love us dearly because they know we'll sacrifice for them. It's just the part that me and mommy was just being selfish, overhurting ourselves, thinking that, oh, this stuff was going to heal us. But it just slowly destroyed us. And I'm really glad it did happen. So it could be like a lesson learned. And the lesson learned was never let drugs take over your life, control you. That you can always get away from it, And as long as you got the right people to support you. And I'm glad I had my stepfather at that time to support me, help me through it, and get over it. Because it was him that made an appointment for me to go to Warwick to go get this rehab. And like me and my wife, I told her, like, babe, even though it wasn't because of the drugs and stuff, but this how the CPS and the people see it now because of our background, that we was charged with child neglect. But they're not telling the fact that it was the neighbor downstairs that didn't like kids, point blank. And the person just didn't came and was there for them, and just left to go get some food real quick to come back. you know so this was a good opportunity for the neighbor downstairs to get us put out. you know but what comes around goes around, and I don't want to tell you guys the bad things that happened to this person, but let's just say that God's taking care of it. And like I said, I forgive that person, and I wish that person good intentions and stuff in life. That like, even though she did it, it was probably meant to be anyway. Because God saw that, like me and my wife, we was in this heavy drug thing that for like 4 years that we couldn't get out of. You know. So sometimes bad things happen for good things to come in your life. So don't be disappointed about it. Just see it as a learning lesson, and to never do it again, point blank. Because at the end of the day, we're all God's children, kids, and we'll all make mistakes. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I know I'm not the only one that messed up in life, But other than that, like we had to show the judge and the CPS people that yeah, we are good parents, that we do care about our kids and stuff, you know. So we started attending classes. My wife went to a different rehab, and I went to different rehab. But then that final call that I heard, because my wife was about to be discharged, graduate, and we needed a certificate to show the judge and CPS, look, we done it, and we want our kids back. I had a phone call from my stepfather when I was at Warwick, and I remember I was on my 7th day, my first week, and I had a phone call, and he said that, don't get mad, I need you to stay strong for your kids, that your wife didn't make it, she somehow got sick, and they couldn't take her back, and she didn't finish the rehab. And I started crying. I was like, yo, what the, you know what I mean? And I will never forget that, I was so worried about my wife too, I was worried about her, but most of all, I was worried about my kids. I was like, wow, babe, like, if you didn't get the certificate, and you promised me that you'll do it so we can get our kids back, so we can show the judge and get out of this. That hurt me, man. It did. The part that I needed my counselor to talk to me, and give me strength to keep on staying strong and stay there, because I just felt like giving up. It's like, you know what? If my wife slipped on this, then I don't care. I don't care. So she must not really care about the kids. She must not care about this and that. Why trying to get her kids back? Why trying to start a family? But then I realized, that my wife just did it on purpose, just to get fixed. She got sick really bad. It was just her, her blood pressure was too high. Because she was on her last day. She was about to graduate and get the certificate and get the medallion. Then I got called. It was just up on me. It was up on me, y'all. And I pray to God, like, God, please, let me go through this. Let me go through this for my kids' sake, please. And then after that, I'm sorry, y'all, like, when I talk about this, it's like a flashback. It's a flashback. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this. I don't know why I'm over here every day. Like, what's the point? What's the point of me expressing myself, my stories every day when people don't even care? But I know some people do care. I want to let people know that there's people that's going through things in life too, that we're out here, that you're not the only one. That's why I'm sharing my story. But I guess dumb stuff is popping nowadays. Things that that's not even real, or that's not even like a learning lesson or a good experience. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that people is telling you good experience, but give us more of you. Give us more of you in life. We're tired of hearing about other people going through this. What about you? What about your experience? But other than that, I had to stay strong, yo. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's get to I'm very sensitive, man. Cause this, I don't know if I ever heal from it, cause there's just things that I just keep inside, like I said, I had to stay strong. I'm sorry, you guys. I had to stay strong, and I had to finish it. And I got my medallion, like I said. Still, yeah. Well, I'll show it to you guys yesterday. I got my medallion. I stayed there on my 14th day, and I graduated. And at the end, by your graduation, you got to stand up in front of everybody and make a speech. And I did that. And I wrote this letter so I won't get stage fright. But you know what? I put the letter down, and I haven't read it. And I just talked from the bottom of my heart. And I told him, look, I know I make mistakes and stuff. And I keep praying, God, please let us, me and my wife, get through this so we can get our 4 kids back. And I just told him, I just want my kids back. I just want my kids back. And they just started applause and I guess some of them started crying and stuff because they felt it, how sincere I was. And I said, God, thank you, God, and I did it. And then I told the main counselor person that, look, you're like a hero, you're like an angel that's helping God's children and stuff. And I really appreciate that. And I thank you for not giving up on us. And I thank you for teaching us every day in class, even though sometimes it gets boring. But I learn a lot in class. The one thing that I know that I learned from the 14th day was to follow directions. was to follow directions, because I like to raise my hands up all the time, and I get in trouble for it, like, okay. I mean, like, I didn't really raise my hand. I just keep on talking and talking, and I learned a lot too about myself, about me being being a bipolar person and schizophrenic and all that stuff, and it's affecting me mentally. And I was taking like 7 different prescription medicine at that time, and I felt at peace, because I was by myself in a boondock in the country. I mean, in a county that's just where we have people that's going through different things like alcohol and different stuff. And I learned from their stories. I heard their stories. It's like so similar to mine, that we're all battling this disease, and this is no joke. It's real. And I had to admit that I had a disease problem, and I couldn't deny it. And like I said, I got my certificate, and I went in front of the judge, me and my wife. Also, my wife's mom also got charged with child neglect too. And all 3 of us had to stand in front of the judge. And I showed him my certificate, and the lawyer gave it to the judge. And then I looked at the judge and said, Your Honor, I just want my kids back. Please, just give me my kids back. I did my best. Just give me my kids back. And I started crying, and then the judge was probably thinking, like, who's this boy? Like, he's so genuine with it. Like, like, he went through all this stuff just to get his kids back. Because some people don't know how much I love my kids. I really do. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about money. I don't care about materialistic things. All I care about is my kids. Because that's the only thing that I got left. You all understand. Kids are like gift. They're a gift from God. They're the gift I got from God for being good in life. They're just not no random cells, the sperm cells that, here, you can have a cell and just raise them up, blah, 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 this and that. No, they're very special. Especially, they got my genes too. Like, I'm a special person. So imagine my kids, they're very special. And they mean a lot to me, they do. That's why I did what I did. I fought, and I tried to get some help to get all my kids back. But it took 2 years, It took 2 years for us to get them back, but I did it. I told my wife, babe, I promise you I'm going to get them all back for you. And which I did, even though I didn't get help from some people at CPS. He said, look, your case is done. You guys did what you all did. You guys did a great job. You guys went to your classes faithfully. You had good urines and stuff, so I'm just closing the case. Okay, you closed the case, but can you please help me get him back? He says, no, we ain't got nothing. We can't do a thing about it, cause they're family members and you gotta deal with it. But the thing about it, they're family members, but they're not my family. They're my wife's family. It was hard. It was really hard because some people were just trying to fight us and trying to make excuses and think like, oh, you don't deserve it and stuff. And my kids, they was getting income for, I mean, for them. I don't know if they was keeping them for their income because they'll get paid for just keeping my kids and stuff. And I said, my kids is no tools for no income. I just didn't like it. I was just hurt. I was hurt. And you know what? I said, forget that, Miss Bay. We gotta do this. We can't give up. We can't give up. So we traveled back and forth to New Jersey. And we went to New Jersey. We told the cops, look, can you please help us get my kids back? Because we already got our certificate and stuff. And we completed it. And it wasn't our jurisdiction, so they couldn't do anything about it. So it was very disappointed to the part that we had to travel back from New Jersey to Maryland without my kids. My first daughter and my first son. It was devastating, and I could just see them crying. They were just crying like, Dad, why you leaving me? But he said, you know what? I'm gonna get y'all back. I'm gonna get y'all back. You hear me? I'm gonna get y'all back. It's alright. I'm gonna get y'all back. I got you. I got you. And I did. And I got them back. Even though, you know what? Even though it took time, I got them back. That's where I'm at right now, y'all. That's where I'm at right now. Day 16. My kids. Oh, I can't do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll see y'all day 17, man.